back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Jenny and I make fashion and beauty videos here on my channel on Monday and Wednesday. And on Fridays, like today, I make Functional Friday videos, which are usually like mom hacks or lifestyle videos, things like that. And today is Functional Friday, and today I have some small DIYs for some smaller areas of my home. I had a couple of places I wanted to spruce up a little bit, and so I went to the Dollar Tree and I spent a very small amount of money and made some really cute DIYs to share with you guys. So if that sounds like something that you would like to see, then please keep on watching. Okay, the first DIY, I got the inspiration from these bird nests that are really popular decor right now for spring. And the first one I got was here, or I saw was here on Pier 1, I think, and it was $7.99. And then this one is on Amazon, and just for the nest, it was $9. So here is how I made it. I got some book pages from an old book from the dollar store, and I just went ahead and ripped it into strips, and I'm going to cover some eggs in this book paper. Those eggs came in that pack for $1, and then also the book was $1. So here I'm just cutting off the strings that go with it, and then I made my own Mod Podge with just school glue and water, and I'm going to Mod Podge the book paper onto my eggs to make them look a little bit more farmhouse and a little bit more rustic. You kind of have to shape the paper once you get it onto your egg, because it will not lay flat really on its own on the egg. So I had to kind of shape these. It's like paper mache. I did 2 eggs for my project. I intended originally to do 3, but this is kind of an involved process, so I decided to stick with 2. Once the eggs were covered in the book paper and the Mod Podge, I went ahead and put a little bit more on to make sure it stayed down and shaped it a little bit more egg-shaped. Next, I took a jar. This is a $1 jar from the Dollar Tree, and I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color Pool, which is my favorite color. If you've watched my videos, you know that. And I went ahead and painted the lid with my Pool Waverly chalk paint. Here I just mixed a little bit of white chalk paint in with my Pool chalk paint just to make it look a little bit lighter. Next, I took some Spanish moss. This bag was also $1 at the Dollar Tree. Everything's $1 at the Dollar Tree. And I used the Spanish moss to make a little nest for my jar and to hold my eggs. And I thought this made the best little nest. And I just took my eggs that had already dried and I put them in the nest. Next, I took some lace ribbon that you can find at Dollar Tree, and I tied it around the top of the jar, around the lid, and I hot glued it on. And then I made a little bow out of the lace ribbon and glued the bow to the jar. project that I saw that I wanted to try and recreate for cheaper were these little succulent terrariums, and these I found were really expensive to buy from Amazon or Pier 1 or other places like that. And so I got this little round vase from the Dollar Tree and some rocks. Each one of these things is $1, and then each succulent was $1. So I spent about $4 on this. And I just went ahead and cut the tags off the succulents, and I filled my vase with the rocks and then put in my succulents. This was super easy and looked so high-end and nice when I was finished with it. This is probably my easiest DIY I've ever done. Okay, next I found a lot of these cute little white milk bottles, and I thought that I could easily recreate this for a more affordable price. So I got this milk bottle from the Dollar Tree for $1. I just used my Waverly chalk paint in white, and I covered the whole milk bottle with my Waverly chalk paint. It did take me 2 coats to really make this look like a porcelain-ish kind of milk bottle. And then I took some Waverly chalk paint in the elephant color, which is a dark gray color, and I took a smaller little paintbrush and just very lightly I went over all of the raised parts to sort of make it look like it was enamel or maybe metal covered with white paint. And this took a little while to get all of the little spots that I wanted to make it look a little weathered, but it turned out so beautifully. There is some writing on the sides that say like property of, you know, whatever milk company or something, and I really wanted that to stand out and look more like it was enamel or porcelain. And so this, like I said, this took some time and some patience, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Once I was finished with the wording and the parts that stuck out, it did have sort of a texture over the whole bottle, so I went ahead and dry brushed some more of the gray chalk paint onto the bottle to make it look a little more weathered. So with the flowers and the paint in the bottle, this was about $4 to make. Okay, this last one isn't inspired by anything that I could purchase, but I just took this vase that I had used for Valentine's Day and I pulled off the Valentine's bow that I put on it, and I used another bow. This is a burlap bow from the Dollar Tree that has a chevron pattern on it, and I just made a second bow to go on top of the burlap that I had already glued on for Valentine's Day. If you hadn't seen my Valentine's Day video, I can link that one too so you can see that. I just wanted to show you that you can repurpose what you've done for other DIYs to make them really good for spring or different holidays. And then I took some of these really fun flowers, onion grass and some cattails and some little white flowers, and just made this into a really fun spring vase of flowers. Okay guys, those were my small little DIYs for spring that I thought really spruced up my home and a couple of the areas of my home that needed a little something. So if you like those DIYs, then please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any more of my DIY videos. I will link a couple more DIYs down below and the DIY playlist here if you would like to watch my other DIYs. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.